Welcome inside Lucas Oil Stadium. Eli Gain, Dominic Miranda after a 33-8 dominating win for the Colts in Week 1 of the 2025 NFL season. The first season opening win for the Colts since 2013. Are you kidding me? Over a decade, but hey, they're 1-0. It feels good, and it looked good on Sunday. There's no question about that. We'll start with the offense, Eli. Daniel Jones answered a lot of questions, and I want to just put this out off the top. Are the Miami Dolphins world beaters? Absolutely not, but it looked good. It was confidence building, and Daniel Jones, he facilitated it in a very good way.
Yeah, and you never know when you're coming into a week one. You got a new quarterback. You have new faces that are coming in here. The offensive side's still a little more intact than it was last season, besides Jones taking over. But what he did in the first half alone, 4 possessions, 4 scores.
Wow.
Has not happened in a half since Peyton Manning did it during the Super Bowl year in 2006.
How about that?
That's
so they're going to the Super Bowl.
That's it. Mark it. Book it in. So, yeah, Jones, of course, just taking command of the offense, leading methodical drives, I should say, and resulting in points. Looked great.
Keeping the offense on the field, converting third downs with his legs, with his arm. We'll get to the defense, but capitalizing when the defense gives you the ball back.
Right.
A 14-play drive, a 17-play drive, a 15-play drive. A beautiful throw to start the second quarter to Michael Pittman Jr. In stride. Like, that's the type of stuff, just keeping this offense on the field. It seems like it's for granted, but we didn't get a lot of that in the last few years. And it's great to see. Aside from Daniel Jones, 22 of 29, 272 yards, a touchdown through the air, 2 on the ground, by the way. Love to see that. A great stat line for him in his first game in a Colts uniform. Tyler Warren, impressive.
As advertised, really used him. Shane Steichen did the way that he was used at Penn State. He was lining up in the backfield. He was catching balls in the flat. He was catching balls over the middle. You would like to see him get a touchdown in this one. Should have had one, probably. Pass interference, that was a little, hey, throw the flag there. But granted for not. The Colts looking impressive on offense. Early 33-8 once again. Here are the offensive playmakers after the game.
Start off just a great team win. Everybody in that locker room, every coach, every player, the preparation that goes into it to play the way we did, complimentary football on both sides of it for 4 quarters was awesome. I thought Lou did a hell of a job calling the game on defense, putting those guys in position. I thought Jim Bob did a great job with the offense all week. Mason with the special teams, the takeaways, and then converting 17 points off that. That's playing complimentary football. And I'm excited for the city, this organization, to get this first win at home, with Mr. Irsay going in the Ring of Honor. It was only fitting to get that done today. He just changed the protection. He checked the protection on it, Yeah, he made a few of those all game. There's a lot of that stuff that goes on. We had another one on 4th down where he checked it and they brought 0 and he threw it to down. So he makes a lot of plays like that for us. It was huge. I think getting those takeaways by our defense was big, and then converting there. Obviously, we had some. I think we had to settle for some field goals there. But again, I thought Spence did a great job. Kicking the field goals, the kickoff coverage team. We talked about that. That was one of the keys going into this game was covering kicks, and I thought our guys really good job of that all game. Like I said, it was just a great team win. The atmosphere in there with the fans was electric. It was just awesome.
Felt good to get a win for sure. I thought we played well and the team played well. I think I've learned over the years it's it's a long season, 17-game season, and you got to play at a high level for the whole time. So good start. I think we feel good about the start for sure. Some things to clean up and work on, but I think everyone on our team's mature enough, knows enough that we've got to continue to grow and improve. The best teams in the league continue to build on success and improve, and it's about what you're able to sustain through the course of the season. So I think that's the mindset of our group now.
7 of 7 for you all today on offense as far as your scoring versus the drive. Why do you think you were able to click so much on offense?
I thought we were able to we blended we had a lot efficient in the pass game, some big plays here and there, and then we ran the ball at a really high level. I think that was huge. A number of times we got great field position thanks to turnovers from our defense. And the guys up front played awesome the whole time, protecting, and then in the run game, creating space for our backs to run. So I think a lot of things when you're able to do that, it's a lot of things, and I think it starts up front.
broke the streak. How does that feel?
I mean, great. I mean, like we came out here and broke a 13-year curse, as people were saying. So it's always great. You know, the team came out and we played for Jim, and like it just felt like really good to get out there and get this win.
You mentioned you played for Jim. What does this mean to you guys internally, knowing that he was watching this game from above?
Absolutely. I mean, we're playing for a bigger purpose, and everybody feels that, and I think it showed today.
What did you learn about this team?
Huh?
What did you learn about this team today?
That we played complementary ball. I mean, defense, offense, we played together, and that's the first time we've done it like in a long time. So it was really nice to see.
What was the
debut with the Colts, and also just the touchdown catch you had from him.
Yeah, I mean, Danny went out there and crushed it today. I mean, I'm not sure it could have went better. Offense, I felt like we were rolling, and he just threw a great pass, and the rest is history, I guess.
Another guy who stepped up in a big way in his first game, Tyler Warren.
Yeah. No, how
Did
about
you
that guy,
expect
right? Yes. I mean, honestly, like it could have been even worse, but we just spread it out like so much. I mean, we could spam him with targets. I mean, he could have 200 yards. I mean, like just like the way that he plays. So,
Michael, Shane said he thought there might be opportunities to make plays through the air. I'm sure you saw the tape. Did you think that those plays were out there for you?
Yeah. I mean, because we've been practicing those for 2 weeks. Like we had 2 weeks to prepare for them, and we got to watch lots of film, and we thought that we could hit a couple for sure.
You guys scored on every possession. Very rare to happen sometimes here in the NFL. Just overall, just what was working for the offense, and how confident were you going into this one?
Yeah, I mean, I think the offense, like we just found ways, whether it was pass or whether it was run. I felt like our offensive line really just dominated up front, and like once they do that, I mean, everything else kind of just flows with them.
Can you tell about the locker room after the game? All the Ursay daughters in here getting the game.
Oh yeah, I mean that is a special thing for us, and we had our DJ going, and it was like a little club in here for like about 5 minutes. So it was awesome.
When Shane went for it as much as he did on fourth down today, like what does that do for an offense when you're already in rhythm and you kind of get to build on that with those conversions?
Absolutely. I mean, we just knew that we would get it because we were in fourth and short, I think like 2 or 3 times today, and just him having that confidence, like in us, you know, like we just want to like make it work for him, right? Because we always want to go for it, like we want to score and we want to get those first downs. So it's just great to see that he matches us, you know.
You, of course, celebrate the win tonight, but now it's on to Denver. Just as a veteran, how much does it mean to just kind of get this one and start the season off? I know it's been a while.
Yeah, I mean, it's just momentum, right? And then going into Denver, or going into the Denver week, they have a really tough defense. And so we're going to have to focus on them, and we got to do it again. So
there you go, first NFL game. How did it feel out there? Perform well.
It was good. I think, you know, that strong of a start for us. You know, seeing the defense do that to really good offense with a lot of great players on Miami side. The offensive ball was really cool to see. So that was awesome.
And doing it on a day like today, honoring Jim Irsay, just what did it mean just internally for this team?
Yeah, I think it was really cool to, you know, obviously do that for Jim, and then to have his daughters in here and then them get the game balls and all that stuff. So that was awesome, and it's been great.
You guys scored on every single possession. Kind of a rare thing to happen, I guess, in the NFL, but just what overall was working offensively? How confident were you in the game plan coming in and then executing it?
I think we did a good job of running the ball when we called run, like having a good mix-up. So running pass, we were doing well and hitting our shots when we took them. So I think starting with the run game is always going to be important, and I think we did that.
Looked like it was an objective of Daniel to target you early. How much did that get momentum rolling for you in particular?
Yeah, I think it was good, kind of in the flow of the game plan and open up stuff, you know, run game, pass game, all that. So it was a good start.
Daniel, just distributing the ball, getting everybody involved in this offense. How do you describe his performance out there today? Because you guys seemed like offensively we're playing so complementary.
Yeah, I think that's what we expected of him. That's what we've seen in camp. So it's nothing, you know, surprising to us as an offense or a team, and that's the type of player he is, and he's going to be, you know, great for us down the road.
What spark does this defense provide when they're able to get the takeaways and then you guys capitalize on them?
I think it's, you know, getting turnovers and then getting points off turnovers is one of the most important, you know, stats in football. So to be able to do that and have that many turnovers as they did was awesome.
What do you think Daniel Jones was able to showcase in terms of the 2 rushing touchdowns? He was able to kind of showcase that physicality, that athleticism.
Yeah, he's a football player at the end of the day. I saw him on another goal line player where he tried to push the pile when he didn't have the ball. So that's just the type of player he is, and he's been awesome.
out there in a meaningful game once again?
It's week one. So first of all, it's week one. It's always great to get back out there, but to just come out in a dominant fashion like that, those are always really, really nice to celebrate.
Cool. Awesome.
Kind of building off that too. Ending the season opening winning drought, just on the day like today, honoring Jim Irsay, just what did it mean for this team to be able to pull it off the way that you guys did too?
It meant a lot. It was a day for him. It was a day for his family. We know that he was watching us today. The roof was open so that he could have a bird's eye view, and just being able to supplement that and get the win, it really meant a lot.
You guys scored on every possession. You could say that's a tough thing to do in the NFL nowadays, of course, but just what was working overall with you guys? Why was it so successful today?
I think about just being on our communication and knowing, hey, if we have to get to a check, let's make sure that we make it happen. They're showing us a look. We should have an advantageous look, so let's go and make the play. I think that's a big thing for us, is being able to go and make the play.
What was your overall view of how Daniel performed today?
I thought he had a great debut. I thought that he got to a lot of the checks that we needed to get to. He had 3 touchdowns, 2 rushing, one passing touchdown. So a 3-touchdown day with a win in a dominant fashion like that, I say it's a great debut.
And also with Tyler Warren, his debut as well, he was making plays too.
Definitely. He was already kind of, I feel like, ahead of the learning curve in training camp as far as with, rookies. Sometimes we all, have little mental errors here and there, but he had a limited of those throughout training camp. So I was like, okay, this guy's kind of ahead of the curve a bit.
Now, of course, you mentioned just a little bit ago, this is week one, but hey, it's something that you can build off of. Got to feel good. The vibe is good here. How do you just continue to build off?
I think it leads into practice. We got to make sure we have another practice that's crisp, that's fast. We have not arrived yet, so we have to just continue to work, and it has to start at the very next practice.
A happy locker room. Can't say we're surprised about that.
Yeah.
We love to see that. Shane Steichen and Daniel Jones also pleased with everything that went on. Tyler Warren, 7 catches, 76 yards. Michael Pittman Jr., 6 catches, 80 yards, a touchdown. Pleased to see that out of him. No question about it. If I had to nitpick, maybe turn some of those field goals into touchdowns. Sure. But again, we're nitpicking there as they're cleaning up Lucas Oil Stadium here. Hey, it was just half the battle here. The offense, the defense, impressive.
Everyone was looking forward to see what Lou Anarumo was going to do with this defensive side of the football. He's called the mad scientist for a reason. He has a lot of different packages. He brings pressures on you from different angles, and we saw that clearly here. You had defensive backs rushing in, Nick Cross, Kenny Moore, each picking up a sack, leveling Tua Tagovailoa in the backfield and forcing turnovers. That's a big thing that Anarumo wants to do. And the players, their thing is they want to have at least 2 takeaways a game. They have 3 in this one. Couldn't have been a better performance from them. Yes, they were rested because of those methodical drives that the offense was putting together. But overall, Anarumo with Cincinnati last year, defense didn't look good for them. I think it was a good fresh start for him and a good fresh start for some of the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
That's a really good point. A guy who was getting head coach interest after a really successful season with the Bengals not too long ago. Change of scenery, good for Daniel Jones, good for Lou Anarumo. We love that. 3 sacks, 2 interceptions. Latu?
Yeah,
an interception.
First career pick. Yeah.
Hello, love that for the former first-round pick. The defense was everywhere. It was really nice to see. Again, caveat, are the Dolphins great? Probably not, but good confidence builder for this offense, for this defense and offense for the Colts. Caught up with some defensive players after the game as well.
You talked about wanting to have games like this with more opportunities to make big plays yourself and kind of as a secondary as a whole. Having a performance like this to begin the season, what does that do for your confidence, but then your confidence in the rest of your teammates as well?
I think just as an athlete, we all just want to, give something to the team. And whenever your number is called, you want to, do your best to execute that. And the reps throughout practice, that's what helps us build that confidence throughout the week to be able to go out there on Sunday and do it.
I know last year, frustrating defensively for you guys, but to be able to come out with a new scheme today and put on a performance like you did, just how proud are you of the unit today?
It's cool. I think, first and foremost, just doing that for Jim. That's the purpose this entire season. So, being able to come out, want to know to begin the season, that means a lot. We got a lot of new additions this offseason to help us, put the team in the best position to win, and I like where we're at.
Do you like the overall scheme overall? With Lou, how did it all just feel out there flowing around?
It felt cool. I wasn't able to get any snaps during the preseason, personally, so just from an individual standpoint, just trying to, do what I'm coached to do, be coachable, play with effort, and control the controllables. And just as a team or the defensive unit, we want to play together. Communication was definitely at a premium today, and there's a lot that we need to clean up.
I mean, when he came in, just the type of competitor he's been, that's what I've seen, and also obviously, the weapons that he has around him, being able to facilitate the offense and get it to the playmakers. I mean, he did a great job.
Of course, this week one, but what statement do you think this defense made to the rest of the NFL with your performance today?
Oh, I mean, we're ready to go out there for a four-quarter fist fight. I mean, everybody, all the guys, obviously it's a new defense, but I feel like I said before, like earlier in the offseason, I mean, the guys did a great job, diving into the playbook, embracing the new defense and all the different calls and executing.
It is a new defense. Like, you got sacks from Kenny and Nick, defensive backs, and then Latu gets an interception.
Yeah.
Like, how unique is that?
It's really unique, you know what I mean? I mean, it keeps the offense guessing, keeps them on their toes, and you don't know who's coming, or who's dropping. So that's the difference. That's the difference maker right there.
DeForest, you were the recipient of that Jim Irsay guitar coming into this game. To then go out and win this game, like what did it mean to that win for Jim?
No, like I said before, I mean, it means a lot. You know what I mean? To start that tradition, and also, I mean, it's a constant reminder each and every week, that we're playing for something bigger than this.
So the celebration, I heard there was a lot of secrecy heading into the week in terms of what you have planned. Just when does the celebration come to your mind? Is it something you do in the moment? Just can you break that down for me?
That was one of those random ones that I did that was like not a lot of planning. It was just a random thing just to start the year off. We had one, me, Z, and Kenny had one, but they were too excited when Kenny had his strip sack. I was like, we're supposed to do it, but they got too turned and couldn't remember to do a celly. But for mine, I was like, this is just one to start the year off. So we have more planned for sure, but I was happy just to get the pick. So I was kind of like overwhelmed with emotions, just getting to pick my first game here.
What was that celly? I mean, what were you doing?
I honestly don't know. I just broke, doing the worm off my back, sideways. It was just one of those random things where it doesn't even have a name. It's just one of those things you do as a kid, just playing around. Then I'm like, dang, I'm still an adult and I can do it still.
It's like a crab.
Yeah, it's either a crab, a flopping fish, something. I don't know what it was.
To have the pick in the first game, like you said, kind of that validation early on, what did that mean to you? But also to know that was the first of 3 turnovers
right.
for the day.
I think that just started everything off. It's so contagious to take the ball away, and just the energy in the building. Momentum is a real thing in football. So I just think having that the first series, and then getting more turnovers throughout the whole game and shutting them out until the fourth quarter, that was a big deal. And that was really just off the fact that everybody was hungry to make a play.
And you mentioned the word energy. Just why do you feel for yourself specifically that it's important to bring that energy? Do you feel like the rest of the team kind of thrives off that?
Yeah, it's contagious. Energy, just on the field, when you're having fun, everybody plays so much better. When you're stressed out and when you're too tight and just mentally stressed out, it's hard to play ball. So if the energy of everybody making plays, the crowd being in it with you, all that stuff's contagious, and it just helps you play even better.
Guys, and really working with the ones a lot more this season, this training camp. So I feel like that, got me a lot more comfortable and confident being out there and, just doing my thing, really.
How do you describe getting a victory, getting a week one win, especially playing for Mr. Irsay? Win for Jim has been Shane's mantra.
I mean, it's been, 10 years since we got a open 12. Well, feels even better. But, I mean, I'm glad that we could do it for Jim and his 3 daughters, and, we're going to continue to do that every week.
Lastly, Daniel Jones, you saw all training camp what he's capable of.
Yeah.
How do you describe the performance of him this afternoon?
I mean, it gave us such momentum every time we got to go back on the field because the fact that they were controlling the ball, I mean, they did so great on the field that it just turned us up every time we got to go out and, get a chance to get that ball back. And I feel like that fueled us, and, that was a part of why we did so good on defense.
You get a pick as a defensive lineman. We have a couple guys in the secondary getting sacks. Is this a taste of what we can expect from the defense?
I mean, all year long, you're just going to see everybody making plays continuously. So, I mean, it's going to be fun.
Could you tell us what the emotions were here in the locker room with Irsay's daughters all getting game balls and everyone here?
Definitely emotional for them and for, all of us, and just being able to come out in the opener and, Lara said, 12 years it's been since we won an opener, and to do it in that fashion where pretty much the whole game we're controlling the ball and, our goal was 2 takeaways as a defense, and we got, we accomplished that and then some. So it felt good. It felt really good.
What was your last interception?
It was back in one of the practices, actually. So, that came to life today.
You mentioned Cam's interception and just the energy that he got. Did you know what he had planned in terms of a celebration, and what were your thoughts on that?
I don't know if anyone had planned. Maybe the DBs did, but we didn't know. So when he told us, stay clear. I was like, all right, do your thing then.
And just how much energy does that give you guys when you see someone that really enjoys being themselves and just kind of just plays with so much fun out there?
I mean, when he's bringing that energy, especially after making a play like that, like it tees everybody else up to go and want to make a play and all that, So it's dope.
Obviously, a happy Colts locker room after a 33-8 win to start the season, the first season-opening win in over a decade. That feels good. That's pretty wild. Jake Arthur joins us from Locked On Colts and newly Roundtable Sports. That's right. Congratulations on the new gig. We love that. Jake, just your takeaways. There wasn't a lot of bad in this game, but what stuck out to you?
Well, the Colts have kind of proved themselves right a little bit so far. I mean, Daniel Jones doing exactly what Shane Steichen wanted him to do and more, I would think. He picked him based on like all the intangibles and, the mental aspect, getting guys in the right spots, making checks. We saw them make big plays directly off of Daniel changing protection and things like that. There was at least 2 or 3 big plays, and Steichen confirmed what we saw out there. Defensively, Lou Anarumo's new defense looks awesome because this was a high-octane offense with the Dolphins. Even if they're not clicking, it's still Tyreek Hill, Tua, Jalen, Achane. They're still who they are. And they confused them so much with mixing and matching guys. I thought what was really unique was a lot of the big plays they made were from people you wouldn't expect. Latu with an interception, sacks from defensive backs like Kenny Moore and Nick Cross. So everyone's kind of trading places today, and that's kind of defense you can get. Now, I'm not going to act like Miami was an incoming playoff team.
Right.
This next week against the Broncos, 4 o'clock Sunday, will be a big barometer game. This Colts team looked legit. Good defense, really efficient offense. We'll see what it really, really looks like next week because, Denver, that's a playoff team. That's a contender right there. So, masterclass in play calling from both Shane Steichen and Lou Anarumo. Big performances from Tyler Warren and Michael Pittman Jr. Your free agent acquisitions, Charvarius Ward, Cam Bynum, everything went right today. No one's really banged up either. I asked about Jonathan Taylor. He's going to be fine. So you stomped an opponent in the AFC in a meaningful game, and you came out healthy. So you couldn't really ask for more.
Yeah, you never really know in week ones. When you enter a season, we know it's kind of one of those got to win now type deals, of course, with Chris Ballard and Shane Steichen. Yeah. Complimentary football, man, and that was the biggest thing that was talked about in the locker room that we heard. When things click in such a way and it kind of gets you – we were talking about it in the press box. Is this more of a Colts thing or is this more of a Dolphins thing with how this ended up happening? So, but yeah, complimentary football. You mentioned all the guys that kind of just had their hands on this thing and build off of it now, right?
Let's also give some kudos to Spencer Schrader, 7 for 7 on kicks. That's important. He took care of 3 field goals or 4 field goals, 3 extra points. So, you got to have goodness in the kicking game. And, they entrusted him to replace Matt Gay. So all 3 phases, there's some improvements to make, and maybe in kickoff and punt coverage. But no, like you said, all 3 phases, this was just pretty much perfect, as good as you can ask for.
Okay, so Daniel Jones obviously playing very well, and you mentioned the checks at the line to set up some big plays, but Michael Pittman Jr. getting involved, 6 receptions, 80 yards, a touchdown. Tyler Warren, 7 catches. What can you say about him? I think we knew he was going to be an impact player, but to see it, guy's a stud. He might be the best player on the offense right now.
Got a couple carries, too.
Right, that's right.
Exactly. They used him exactly how you would expect to see them use him. He caught the ball really well, never had to fight with it or anything like that. It looked very easy for him, but the biggest part was how many extra yards did he create after the catch? To pretty much kill the game there at the end on I think, their final drive. Jones hit him for, I don't know, what was that, like a 6 or 7 yard little hitch. He added 10 more yards onto it. Got the first down, which, again, the game was already over, but you needed another first down to really kind of put the exclamation point on it, and they did.
And I think I guess maybe another takeaway is maybe turn those field goals into some touchdowns as well. That's kind of a thing that you want to Those are also things that you work on throughout the first
Nitpicky,
4 weeks of the
for
season.
sure.
Yeah,
True.
that's what it
Yeah,
is,
I mean, I'm psyched that we're at the point of like, man, they put up a
Should've
bunch
put
of
up
points.
50.
Let's put these 3s into 6s and everything. But yeah, I mean, there was the one down here in the end zone where Tyler Warren got tied up with the defensive back and things like that. They'll get some of that stuff worked out. Not every week is going to look like this, but I think they learned a lot, and I think expectations internally for them are probably a lot higher now. And you know, speaking of accountability, I think they're going to probably hold themselves to a very high standard after this.
Yeah, and they should, right?
Yeah,
That's what we got to do. It's make or break this year, no doubt about it. That will build your confidence. A 33-8 win for the Colts in Week 1. Jake Arthur's going to be with us all season. Catch him on Locked On Colts. That's right here on WTHR Plus. For Eli Gain, Jake Arthur, Dominic Miranda, Colts are 1-0. Bask in it, Colts fans. We'll see you next time.